here's a question for you. What is going on with the police? So recently, a group called Staffordshire Victim Gateway and Restorative Justice Service claimed the comment, "He can't be a man one day and then a woman the next, that's just weird," is hate speech. Now, I've always thought that a statement of fact is not a hate crime, but there we go. So to discuss this issue, I am joined now by former police officer Harry Miller, who last year won a legal challenge against the policy that the police should record gender-critical views as non-crime hate incidents. Harry, welcome to the show.
Yeah, nice to see you, Andrew. Honestly, when I saw that tweet, I simply could not believe it. It's like the police didn't get the memo. And the reason they didn't get the memo is because the College of Policing haven't sent it. Isn't that amazing? We beat them at the Court of Appeal, and they're still doing this.
I think it's important that people understand. You were yourself accused, or rather investigated, for a non-crime hate incident when you retweeted a poem that was deemed to be transphobic. Then you took this to the Court of Appeal and you won. And it was deemed unlawful for the police to be investigating. What was it? They were investigating they had recorded 120,000 non-crime hate incidents over a 5-year period. It's not something that's just happening here and there. It's police practice.
No, Toby Young and the Free Speech Union estimates that there are now about 250,000 of these non-crime hate incidents, and rising every single day with tweets like that from the police, where saying a person can't change sex is a hate incident. Like I said, they haven't got the memo. They have no interest whatsoever in listening to the Court of Appeal. They've no interest whatsoever in the law. The College of Policing needs closing down, and every single chief constable who promotes this nonsense needs firing.
Can you explain to us, Harry, why is it that the College of Policing, once they have, they've been told that it isn't lawful, Priti Patel has told them to stop recording non-crime, why are they just ignoring the judiciary and the government?
Because they're arrogant, and because they have more interest in the ideology of Stonewall and gender identity than they do of the law. That's the simple reason. Because if I was head of the College of Policing and my guidance had been declared unlawful, I would have taken a marker pen that very same day and struck out every line that was unlawful. I'd have done it by lunchtime. The College of Policing have now had, it was December the 20th when the guidance was declared to be unlawful. We're now at the end of May, and they still haven't struck out that unlawful guidance. And this is because they are entirely arrogant and have no respect whatsoever for law. And I'm calling once again to Priti Patel to close them down.
Do you have any idea why? I mean, we have heard that there's going to be this bonfire of the Quangos and that the College Policing would presumably be incinerated along with it. But given that so many of the Quangos are ideologically captured, I think that's beyond debate at this point. What do you think is going on with Priti Patel specifically? What is going on there? Why, for instance, have we just had this report that the Home Office are introducing this new strategy to encourage the reporting of non-crime?
I've no idea. Priti Patel is clearly not in control. That seems obvious to me. She's farmed out sorting out the police to groups like me, Fair Cop. That's a dereliction of duty for one thing. But she seems to be under so much pressure from the people who she's employed. So what she needs to do is sack them all and start again. Get people into the Home Office who respect the rule of law, who respect the High Court, who respect the Court of Appeal, who respect common law, and who respect the right for people of Britain to speak freely.
Now, the police might say, or certainly the College of Policing might say to your complaints that, they're just trying to promote tolerance. They're just trying to say, to promote the idea that the police are not homophobic, not transphobic, that they don't have any issues, so that people feel comfortable to go to the police whenever they have need to do so. What do you say to that?
Oh, the police are gender-critical phobic, very clearly. They've no interest whatsoever in accommodating gender-critical views. They've no interest whatsoever in accepting that there are a whole bunch of us, the majority of people, in fact, who believe that women do not have a penis. We're about to enter the holy month of Pride on the 1st of June. And I can guarantee you, Andrew, that every police force in the country will be raising a flag painting their police cars in all the colours of the rainbow and promoting this ideology. What we have is not a police force. We have a paramilitary wing of Stonewall. That's what we've got. And like I've said, every single chief constable who promotes this needs firing. PCCs need to step up to the plate, fire these lunatic, ideologically, politically captured chief constables and start afresh. It's as simple as that. What we need is a police service that serves without fear and without favour. So if you happen to be a member of the LGBTQ plus community, or if you happen to be a member of the gender critical community, then you can look at a police officer and know that they are going to treat you with absolute equanimity, that they're going to treat you favourably, that they are not going to side on one side or the other, that they're not going to raise the flag for one side and not the other, that they're going to treat you as you are supposed to be treated, without fear and without favour. That's all we're asking.
When you were a police officer, was it very clear to you that part of your job was not to be overtly political? Is this something that's just happened over the past few years?
Yeah, absolutely. Back in the day, let's take, for instance, the Orange March that used to take place in Liverpool. You were told, if you were policing on that day, that you weren't even to accidentally march in time to the music, in case it gave the impression that you were supporting the Orange people at the expense of the Catholic people. Now that is proper policing. That's proper policing, being very aware of difference, being very aware of diversity, and then making sure that you, as a police officer, are absolutely, utterly neutral. By which we mean no flags, no emblems, no symbols, no rainbow cars, no anything. Just you wearing your best uniform and serving without fear and favour. That's all we're after.
Well, very strong words there from Harry Miller. Thank you so much for joining me today.